This week on Checkpoint, injured on the job.
I was in pain. I couldn't feel anything what was happening.
Mine mbona maybe an hour.
Their lives have been permanently destroyed and nobody wants to take responsibility.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why aren't your workers wearing safety goggles? Do you not care about the safety of your workers?
This is Checkpoint and I'm in Nkepile Mabuse. Multinational tyre company Goodyear stands accused of denying a worker burned by rubber at its Eastern Cape factory compensation. Thabo Majola was placed at Goodyear by labour brokers Kelly, and although the law states that employers should report work-related injuries to the compensation fund so that injured employees can be paid out by the fund, both Goodyear and Kelly have not done so. Sebi Buthelezi investigates why Majola has still not been compensated more than 10 years after he suffered debilitating burns to his back.
I started a Goodyear on the leadership. It was 2006 that the company told us now that we are moved over to Kelly.
The Kelly Group is a labour broker or employment agency. Majola worked as a millman. His job was to feed hot batch of rubber from molds to the takeaway conveyor machine.
It was a very, very hot environment. And then I think I had blacked out there 3 times. On the 3rd time, the company doctor recommended to the company that I should be removed from that environment because it is a dangerous environment. But I was never removed. I was sent back to that place.
Thabo Majola is epileptic. A Goodyear on-site doctor examined him at least twice in 2006 and once in 2007, following fits or blackouts at work. The doctor's notes indicate that Majola was injured on more than one occasion. The doctor recommended that Majola be removed from the mills, which is a dangerous environment for epileptics. On more than one occasion, Majola was referred to the Uitenhage Provincial Hospital for treatment of his injuries and his epilepsy. On the 5th of February 2008, an even worse tragedy struck.
On that particular day, I think the rubber was not properly mixed well at the pembres, so it came in chunks of big, like rock rubbers. I was hit by one of those chunks. Hence, with the combination of that environment, so hence I felt. Nothing I remember after that.
Majola fell forward and the hot rubber fell on top of him. The next thing he recalls is waking up at Doranginza Hospital. This medical certificate from the hospital states that he was suffering from hot rubber burns to the back.
I slept for 2 days. On the 2nd day, my sister came in. I was in pain. I couldn't feel anything what was happening. She noticed that there were worms.
His sister told him his wounds had worms. We called the Goodyear on-site doctor who examined Majola at the time. He told us that although he couldn't recall the merits of Majola's case, he remembers Goodyear as a dangerous working environment. The doctor also told Checkpoint that, quote, "If you go to the records, you might learn that we also lost some workers there." Majola's wife, Xoliswa, is still traumatized by what she saw.
Because wayesapenelwa kwakusakazasewesi iphenzi zakhe.
Majola says at the time, Goodyear seemed unwilling to take responsibility.
The company at first, they were blaming me that I did not take my medication. Secondly, they came up with another story that At the time of the incident, I was not a Goodyear employee. I was a Kelly employee. You know, the company, they never even came to see me. Only people who came at the time, it was the shop steward, David Batman, and Joey, and Ukobole.
11 years later, Majola is still waiting to be compensated.
Goodyear mna indishiye noxanduva olungaphaya medical expenses besides ndine medical aid. Xa siya kwi-specialist phaya funeka ukhuphe imali consultation fee.
According to the Compensation of Occupational Injuries and Disease Act, also known as COIDA, Majola's employer was supposed to report his injury to the compensation fund so he could receive payment for his pain. This did not happen.
I was told, no, my case was never registered as an IoT. Because if I had registered, if it was registered, I should have had a number. So the company was dilly-dallying.
Companies are required by law to contribute to the compensation fund. Injured workers are compensated by the fund. Majola says he requested an accident claim form, which comes with a claim number, and was denied this by Goodyear. So he took them to court and tried to sue them for just over R500,000. Goodyear opposed the court application on the basis that Majola should be claiming from the compensation fund and not from them. Bizarrely, Majola's lawyer, Chantal Helms-Spence, disappeared in the middle of the court process. We tried but failed to track her down. At his wit's end, Majola approached Misumzi Chiliwe, a local organizer for labor union NUMSA in Uitenhage.
In fact, he asked us to intervene on his behalf so that we can have the matter resolved.
Chiliwe says they've had little success getting Goodyear's legal representative, Theo Somyalo, to cooperate.
He has not honored meetings, he has not honored his words on the matter.
In terms of Safety Act, they're supposed to provide a safe environment for everybody. But go to court, it's not the case. I mean, it was the case, I wouldn't have been here.
Akasenguye la Thabo Majola wayenguye ungena kwakhe ukuqala kwakhe Goodyear ephangele Goodyear.
I must always be wearing a hat, long sleeve. I cannot even go to the beach. It is embarrassing. It is embarrassing, this car. And it's painful, more especially winter. Winter, I live on pills.
Apha entloko ngathi kukho umoya ongenayo, although ndimkhavarishele ngeengubo ezininji, but athi still ukhona umoya ongenayo between amathambo akhe.
Xoliswa says although her husband's physical scars are bad, it's the emotional ones that she's most concerned about.
uMajola uyagive up, but mina andikwazi ugive up because ekugive upheni kwakhe encama uthetha kabuhlungu kum. Ade abanazo nezinto zokuthi asingasikazibulali because uyandibona uba mna ndiyasokola.
All Majola wants is what is legally due to him.
There are no words that can describe how I feel inside. I hope this will be resolved amicably.
Coming up, Amos Mabuza can see for only an hour a day. Factory chemicals have damaged his eyes for good.
Namhlaba ngibonga kanje, today ngiscrap. Ayikho impilo yami angiyiboni.